Welcome back, everyone, to Raiders of the Lost podcast.
Episode 5.
We made it to 5.
Here we are. And today's topic is going to be mostly, it's going to be about Chris Nolan. We were originally going to do Tenet.
It was going to be a review and discussion about the film Tenet.
However, because of coronavirus, Tenet has not been released yet.
Nor have any movie theaters been open.
Yeah. So in America, it was originally supposed to come out the first week of July. Then it got pushed back to mid-July, then the end of July, and then canceled indefinitely. And then a new date for August 12th. So I believe that's the current situation. It's being released on August 12th.
That's what they say.
We'll see, depending on what happens. But the thing with Chris Nolan and Tenet, he has such power and brevity in Hollywood and in the film industry that pretty much whatever he wants to be done with his movie is going to get done with his movie.
Especially with Warner Brothers, because he's the crown jewel of Warner Brothers. Because other than Harry Potter and just DC Comics in general, he is the biggest brand at Warner Brothers over the past 20 years.
Exactly.
So they want to make him happy. He's made them a hell of a lot of money.
Billions.
And he other than a Memento, every film that he's ever made has made over $100 million.
That's insane.
And that's including The Prestige and Insomnia.
It's funny because any other director would be like, oh my God, my movie made $100 million. Yeah. And he's just like, that's nothing.
And the thing is, like, yeah, he makes like superhero movies and big budget movies, but every year there are plenty of big budget movies that bomb.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's something to be said about, he has such a strong fan base where his name, only a few filmmakers are able to market their movies with just their name.
Yeah, he's
like,
the opening name.
There's
of
Tarantino,
the
there's Spielberg, who else? Maybe J.J. Abrams. Scorsese, that's it.
Because, yeah, when you see a trailer for a Chris Nolan movie, the first line of English you see is a film by Chris Nolan or a Chris Nolan
The Tenet
film.
trailer goes, the revolutionary director of...
Yeah. So he's the show,
Yeah.
which is very rare for a movie. Like, he's the reason people go see him rather than the actors or the writers or whatever.
But he's never had a movie lose money. Even Memento, it only made $35 million, but it was only made for like $6 million.
It's a lot.
So it still made a big profit.
Yeah. So I think the cool thing about him is there are international movie theaters open, and Warner Brothers wanted him to release the movie internationally, but he's like, unless you can see it everywhere, unless you can see it in America, I don't want to release my movie. Not only that, I don't want to put it online, despite how much Warner Brothers or studios want him to put it online.
Well, the thing is, there's two problems with that, because if it gets released in foreign markets, it's going to get put online. People are going to pirate it.
Exactly.
And when it does eventually come out in America, not that many people are going to see it. Because everyone's stuck at home. Even if you're not a pirating kind of person, there's a good chance if there's a quality stream, you're going to pirate Tenet if it comes online.
I'll pay for the stream. That's just because I'm a huge fan. But the average moviegoer, they're not going to fucking pay for it.
You know, we live in a world where we don't want to pay for music.
Bro, we stream MMA fights.
Don't tell Dana White.
Sorry, Dana, UFC. I stream
$75.
Yeah.
$75.
Yeah, but the thing with it is these studios are mega businesses and they want a return on investment fast. And they've put $300 million into this investment and they want a return. Yes, you will make money back and probably make the budget back online, but they want...
I don't think they will even break even online. I really don't.
But that's what they want. They want their money fast, man. This is the way these businesses work. They don't care if they break even or not. They just want something because they put so much in. They put $300 million into this movie.
Yeah, but we're talking about a business where a film can make $1 billion in theaters, but there's no way a movie makes $1 billion online.
I know.
So if you set this precedent where, we're just going to release our biggest movie of the year online, then it's going to be like, everyone's going to, next time they make a big movie, we don't really feel like going to the theaters. Can you put it online this time?
Bro, you dish out $300 million of your own money and you tell me how quickly you want it back.
This happened with Trolls. When it came out online, it made like $100 million and people were like, this is the future. And it's like, no, Trolls, they spent like $50 million just on marketing.
Trolls, the animated movie?
Yeah, and the budget for the movie was $100 million, so they didn't make it. They didn't even break even.
I'm just saying, they want their money. They want something back.
No, they're making money.
It's like The Mob, and you got like
It's Warner Brothers.
You got the VIG out on you.
They just released HBO Max. They're getting those subscriptions. They're making a little cake right now. They can wait it out. But with Nolan, you gotta wait it out because his movie, it can make $1 billion.
I think you're being naive about money.
I think you're being naive about what Warner Brothers wants. And that is to make Chris Nolan happy at any cost.
I think we're both right. How about that? Anyways, but Chris Nolan's probably my favorite director of all time, and he's probably the only director whose movies I can name chronologically. I can do this.
You're not gonna mess it up.
No, let's go. Ready? We'll go back and forth.
All right.
I'll start following.
Memento.
Insomnia.
You did that earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Batman Begins.
The Prestige.
Dark Knight.
Inception.
Dark Knight Rises.
Interstellar.
Dunkirk.
Tenet. Yeah, there we go. I didn't mess up though.
You said the wrong
Bro,
movie.
it's the same thing as when you're taking a test with pencil and then you write
erase-
the first couple letters, then you just erase it. It's not
Yeah,
a
but
wrong answer.
You can't brag like
Was
that.
that wrong?
You can't act that confident.
Did I
and then-
not say probably? Did I not say
You said definitely.
I said probably.
Well, we have a recorder, so I'll be able to see what you said.
You probably forgot to hit record
And
again.
I'm gonna put it. Well, what's your favorite Chris Nolan movie?
So, if I had to put a top 10 list together, the top 3 list, I mean, I would probably pick it. So, my favorite probably wouldn't be the same as what I think his best is. My favorite Chris Nolan movie, I mean, it probably is the same. It's probably Dark Knight, I think, is my favorite and his best. And then it goes and then his best top 3, his best movies are The Dark Knight, Dunkirk, then Inception, in that order. But that's just straight from a filmmaking standpoint. Like, not my favorites. Like, in terms of which Chris Nolan movie I've seen the most, it's definitely Batman Begins.
100%.
I've seen that movie 100 times.
It's because they had it on AMC
And they
for
had
like
it on
a couple of years.
They had it on Netflix.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it was on Netflix for like a year, and I put it on all the time, even though we have it on DVD. We have it on Blu-ray, so it's like, just because the ease of
It's
it.
like it goes on Netflix. I think I text you like, oh, they got Batman Begins on Netflix. It's like, we have the Blu-ray. See, Netflix brainwashed
There's
us.
something about the convenience of just clicking a button to play it rather than like opening a DVD book to
Life's
put it
so
in.
convenient for us.
So like, I've probably seen Batman Begins maybe 70 times. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even
I
kidding.
think I'm the same.
And not like sitting down to watch completely, but like I've put it on as like background noise a lot.
Yeah,
Like-
I love Batman Begins. It's not my favorite Nolan movie, obviously, but the first 40 minutes, the first act of Batman Begins is, I think, one of the best first acts of the last 20 years.
Best origin story of
It's
any comic book
unbelievable.
movie, any superhero movie. Probably
Yeah.
best origin story I've seen in
Yeah,
cinema.
until you saw Doctor Strange when they ripped it off.
Oh yeah, because Doctor Strange is so good. They just steal everything about
Literally,
Batman Begins.
Doctor Strange, like scene by scene, ripped off Batman Begins.
Oh, and like you were telling me the movie posters, which I totally forgot about, because I remember when I saw the trailer,
Yeah.
and I saw the posters for Doctor Strange. I think we
the entire marketing campaign.
I think we had a text exchange like,
Yeah.
"This is Inception and
Yeah.
Dark Knight."
Yeah, all the movie posters for Doctor Strange are literally the movie posters for Inception, just with the Doctor Strange characters in them.
And then like when I watched the trailer, and then you watch the movie where he's moving the buildings around, it's like, this is Inception.
We already did this.
This is
We already did
Inception.
this.
And no one gave a fuck. Everyone was like, "Oh, Doctor Strange, bro. MCU, bro.
Oh, it's way better than DC. Fuck DC.
Kevin Feige, bro."
No, but seriously, Doctor Strange, it starts out with this super wealthy, arrogant millionaire who's like so full of himself, just like Bruce Wayne. And just like Bruce Wayne gets emotionally damaged and shattered by his parents' murder, Doctor Strange gets physically damaged and shattered. His hands get ruined, so he can't be a doctor anymore. And then they fall into like this abyss of darkness. Then they both travel to a foreign country, and they go under the stewardship of a physical, martial art, and spiritual leader and teacher, and they're trained in their art forms, and then they become the superhero of the movie. Then they go back to the States and fight the bad guy. So it's literally Batman Begins.
Pretty close. The only thing I would say is Batman Begins. The movie doesn't open with him being like that, like egocentric, arrogant rich kid. It just shows him as a troubled rich kid.
All right, I'll give you.
So like it opens with him falling down the well, and then he just hates the world, even though he's super rich. Well, because his parents died, suck. But so it doesn't completely start off the same, but it's similar.
But then all the action
similarities.
scenes, once things get going, it's literally Inception style action.
Yeah.
So it's literally Doctor Strange is a ripoff of Batman Begins and then Inception. So it's a double Nolan ripoff.
Combination. But it sucks because Inception is one of those movies that Chris Nolan's made 3 movies probably where it blows your mind that he didn't get nominated for Best Director.
He got snubbed twice for sure.
So he got snubbed with Inception, he got snubbed with Dark Knight,
He got nominated for Dunkirk.
and it was a massive snub that I think Inception and Dark Knight both should have been nominated for Best Picture too, not just Best Director.
Absolutely.
I mean, Inception, It won best cinematography, yeah. It won like best sound design,
Yeah,
probably stuff like that. It got a bunch of nominations, but not like the real nominations that matter. Cinematography, yes, matters to me, but like a bunch of
It didn't get nominated for editing.
like how did Inception not get? How did The Dark Knight not get nominated for best picture?
Because it's a superhero movie.
Well, yeah. So
Now it's okay to nominate a movie for if it's a superhero movie.
because Black Panther got.
But
nominated.
back then it was like, oh, it's a superhero movie. It can't get nominated for best picture.
And it's because the Academy is so hypocritical. The Academy is so
Traditional.
pretentious. It's not traditional. It's pretentious because Hollywood thinks they're better. Hollywood actors in the Academy think they're better than superheroes. They think they're better than comedians. They see this superhero movie of, oh, it's a Batman movie. We can't nominate that with our rich and sophisticated, real dramatic acting. We can't put that.
I don't see any Nazis. There are no Nazis in The Dark Knight.
And then they see that, and it's the same thing with comedians. Like Jim Carrey never got any respect from the Academy,
Even for Eternal Sunshine.
even for Truman Show.
Yeah,
Like, Truman
Truman
Show.
Show.
How did
So
he not
good.
get nominated at least?
He's so good in
for
that.
Best Actor for The Truman Show. Same thing. They look at him. He's a comedian. Oh, he's not as good as us. He's not a real actor. Robin Williams got away with it because Robin Williams charmed everybody in the world. So I think Robin's a little different in terms of comedians getting no respect from the Academy. But Jim Carrey is just as good a dramatic actor as Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Hollywood is so pretentious with their dramas and it has
Period
to be,
pieces.
And Meryl Streep, if Meryl Streep was not in the movie and didn't get nominated for Best Picture.
I did not see Meryl Streep in Dark Knight.
So that's why Chris Nolan's movies never get nominated for Best Picture, even though they should. Like Inception, one of the most groundbreaking movies ever made.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like 2001: Space Odyssey, so ahead of its time.
And if you understand, like, how hard it is to make a movie, but then also, like, what the movie he crafted, how you are not nominated for directing that movie is insane to me.
he didn't even get nominated
It's
for
crazy.
a screenplay or anything.
Yeah. No, I think he got screenplay nomination.
Did he?
Yeah.
For Inception?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that.
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
All right. Anyways.
But still, best direct, like, he crafted, like, the most amazing fucking action movie we've seen in years.
Not even just action movie, just psychologically thought-provoking
challenging
movies I've seen in a long time. Yeah, there are a lot of plenty of thought-provoking movies that don't have to do it on such a scale or budget that they did it with Inception. But like, isn't it even more of an accomplishment to take this massive budget, this huge movie, this wild idea, and just make it so sophisticated at the same time, and to challenge you? Still to this day, I've seen Inception 30 times.
And get so many people to see it.
Still think about it, yeah.
Yeah. What's your take on the ending of Inception?
My take on the ending of Inception is I think he got out of the dream. So that's just like my happy ending.
I'm the same way.
Because you know what? I love that he left it open, and I love how it enraged people that he left it like that. People were like, well, it was still spinning, and then like, no, but it was gonna fall down. You can see
it tip
the
for a
very
second.
last frame. It tips for a second. Listen to the sound. It's about to fall down. No, it was staying.
His children actually didn't turn around, so we didn't see their faces.
Yeah. So I love the debate that he leaves because.
It's genius of him.
That's what's so good about that movie too. It's kind of like when you see a great movie and the hero dies, like you feel crappy, like, oh, why does the hero have to die? But then it's like it makes the movie better.
But any movie where it makes you think about it over and over again, where you even years after you see it, you're like, oh wait, and you make different connections and you produce different theories based on different interpretations of it. That's something like very few movies ever do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something to be said about that, where it can linger with you, and you can still, like, there are like moments where I'm just like, I'll just think about Inception. I'll be like, oh, what about that?
Yeah.
It's like, what other movies do that?
It's not like freaking Mulholland Drive where you're like, what is
What
that
the
movie
fuck
about?
does anything mean?
It's different. It's like you understand it. And you know what? I understand that it is a confusing movie for a lot of people. A lot of Chris Nolan's movies are confusing for people.
It's pretty
because he
straightforward if you
bounces around
listen.
in time so much. But it's just because you can get it on the first viewing. You just got to pay attention.
attention
You
and
got to
listen.
watch. You got to
Yeah.
listen. You got to stay off your phone. You got to just focus. And you got to think. That's what his movies are so great at. They make you think while you're watching it. They make you think before you even see it. They make you think after you see it. Whereas you go see Fast 9 and you're like, oh, I'm just going to fucking regurgitate this.
They just like drove a car off a
helicopter
plane.
exploded. Yeah, this is an awesome movie, man. Yeah, Vin Diesel, he doesn't look old at all. This is cool.
Vin Diesel doesn't look like a 50-year-old boxer.
But Chris Nolan's movies are so good at that. They make you think, which is one of the most amazing experiences you can have at a movie.
Yeah.
Is to challenge yourself into what is going on, what's this about, and
And
how
it's
can
like
I
to see
relate to my
something
life.
new, to see something new and exciting.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think that's why his fans love him so much, and that's why his movies they're always successful, even with the wildest, hard to sell ideas, because they're always exciting. There's no Chris Nolan movie that's not fresh and different. You know what I mean?
I think the thing with
And
Chris
unique.
Nolan's movies that people find them most enticing and engaging is the fact that he uses time so much in terms of manipulating time.
Oh yeah,
Or
I made a
altering
list.
time because what's the most valuable thing to human beings?
Time is our most valuable thing.
Time.
Absolutely.
And then
there's not
he's-
enough time.
He's
in
one
life.
of the only filmmakers out there that consistently messes with time
Yeah,
or
and
plays with time.
I made a list of it. So, in Memento, the story runs backwards. In Insomnia, since Al Pacino can't sleep, time seems to like blend together. You don't even know what day it
It
is.
seems like it's not even going
Yeah.
on.
In Prestige, the story is told in different, several different time periods
Mm-hmm.
with flashbacks and flash forwards, and you're like, wait, what is the present? Interstellar, the planet that is located next to the black hole. When McConaughey and the team go there, they spend an hour there, but they age 20 years in Earth time.
Mm-hmm.
What Earth ages 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
And in Tenet, it seems as though time is reversed and manipulated by some of the characters in the film.
Because I think for a lot of people, they're afraid to talk about time, and they don't
That's
want
why
to
people distract themselves.
They don't want to accept that time goes on,
Yeah.
and they don't want to accept that they're losing time
We have
in
a
their
limit.
lives. And then you watch a challenging movie that plays with it
and addresses it.
and then it's just really it pulls you into the storyline.
Yeah.
It makes the movie more of like a drug experience almost. You know what I mean? You're just like, this is so crazy. Like, and then it makes you think about your future, makes you think about your past, makes you think about your present. It kind of sort of puts things into perspective for you.
Yeah.
That's one of his main elements in a
Well,
lot of his films.
all of his movies have very complex themes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're built around complex and sophisticated themes and ideas.
And love.
And he's
And
always
a lot
about
of,
love.
And Chris Nolan, a lot of his characters are always dressed very well in nice suits, and they have slick back hair, which is why I did my hair like this.
That's
today.
why I'm wearing a polo today.
I did the JGL Inception look. Probably.
You're pulling it off.
If I shaved my face, I would look just like JGL
I
in
hate to
Inception.
see you out of control. That's a good JGL face.
No more.
But in terms of
eyes.
characters, it's pretty funny when you think about the female leads in his characters, because he
his
he
movies?
tends to kill them.
Or they're always just out of the picture.
Or out of the picture. So like in Memento, his wife is murdered, and that's what gets him on his investigation spree to find the killer of his wife.
vengeance.
Like she's brutally murdered in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Rachel is blown up in the Dark Knight.
I love to think about. Oh yeah, Rachel got blown up.
Rebecca Hall kills herself in The Prestige. Maul kills herself in Inception.
Multiple times.
McConaughey's wife in Interstellar is just dead.
Non-existent.
I wonder John David Washington definitely has a dead wife.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way John David Washington doesn't have a dead wife
There's
in that
definitely
movie.
he is a partner who's definitely dead. Absolutely.
Or she's,
Committed
like,
suicide.
trapped
The
in
opening
time.
scene is she kills herself.
She's trapped in time somewhere. And he has to save her. You can
Well,
see it in his eyes.
I have a guess about Tenet where there's someone secret in it, I think, that is going to be a surprise that he's keeping under
Like a
wraps.
villain?
Like Matt Damon in Interstellar.
That's what, dude. That's one of my favorite things about Interstellar. That movie, I love Interstellar so
Yeah.
much, and I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. I think it's a phenomenal movie.
Interstellar's great.
But then when they reveal Matt Damon in Interstellar, I remember we were watching it in theaters. I
Yeah.
completely forgot Matt Damon was
Yeah.
in the movie. I remember like seeing
It's an hour and a half in.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the articles like, oh, Matt Damon's in Chris Nolan's new movie.
But he's not in any marketing, no posters.
No trailers, no
nothing.
nothing, no taglines, no credits, no nothing, and if anything leading up to the movie. Halfway through the movie, he comes out of the fucking sleeping chamber. The whole theater is like, "Oh my god!" Because it's fucking Matt Damon.
Everyone came to life.
Everyone's
One
like,
of
"What
those-
the fuck?"
One of the most liked faces in the world.
The most famous person in the movie
Yeah.
just came out of a fucking box an hour and a half into the movie, and I forgot he was in it.
And you know, people like us, we knew he was in, like, got cast, but then most of the audience, they're not looking at.
I forgot though, like, because
yeah.
you're so engrossed in the
And
film.
we're an hour and a half into it, we're like, oh, I guess, yeah, we completely forget about it.
It's like fucking Matt Damon. So that was one of the best parts of Interstellar and one of the geniuses of Chris Nolan, because he knows, yeah, it's a cool thing to do that, but he knows Matt Damon, the effect he would have on an audience in
Yeah.
a movie theater
and
just
to keep
watching
it from
that
us.
and to hide it and
And
keep
it's
it so
genius
secretive.
because he turns up so late in the movie. It's genius to hide him.
That shows you that he understands the audience probably better than any filmmaker ever.
That's
Which
a
is
good point to
probably
make.
it shows, and it's a testament to the success his
all you
movies
have to look at. All you have to look at is the box office. Like his movies, people always turn out for them.
He understands moviegoers because he loves movies so much, and
Yeah.
he loves going to the
the
movies.
experience.
Yeah, so
which is what's so important, which is why it needs to be released in films, in theaters.
In
I mean.
theaters, yeah. Tenet needs to be released in theaters for sure. Yeah, Interstellar, I think I love space, so I really love that Chris Nolan tackled space.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty amazing movie.
It's a great movie. It's a
and
fantastic movie.
visually stunning,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people are going to be caught. I know a lot of people hate on Chris Nolan and they hate on Interstellar, but man, it's a really good movie.
It's got a great score.
It's great. It's one of my favorite space movies ever,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of really good space movies, but that's up there.
I cried, I think, 3 times in that movie.
It's a sad movie. Did you know that? You know the scene where McConaughey comes back from the planet where they lost all the
video
20
call?
years,
Yeah.
and they do the video call of their family. And he's
Chalamet.
watching Jessica Chastain.
Uh-huh.
And Chalamet. Oh, I forgot
He
Timothy
plays,
Chalamet.
yeah,
is the son.
he plays the young son.
Timothy Chalamet
He
is
plays
his
young
son
Casey
in it.
Affleck.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I was like, Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet is McConaughey's son in Interstellar.
I think
Holy
that was
shit.
his first movie.
You're right. He's got like a crew cut, yeah, or like he's got like a short fade. Anyways, so the video of Jessica Chastain when he's watching them, Chris Nolan is so obsessed with film. He shot those on 35 millimeter. He shot those videos of like the webcam in 35 millimeter film.
That scene when McConaughey is weeping, looking at his kids and they're grown up, that got me so hard. I was weeping in the theater.
I was crying in the
I was
theaters,
like
too.
choking. I could hardly breathe.
was so sad.
And McConaughey fucking sold that so well.
Because you became so invested in the characters,
Yeah.
and
And that's such a tragic thing to think that you lost 20 years of your kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like you weren't there. You
and
were
a lot of
gone.
other filmmakers probably would have shown Jessica Chastain growing up.
Yeah.
Rather than when the last time you saw her character, she was like a little kid.
Yeah,
And she was
he
crying.
flew, and he drove away.
Yeah, and
that was
she-
the last
yeah.
time you saw her.
Yeah, it was the last
And
time
it was
you-
just shocking to see her as an adult.
and then you see her as an
Because
adult.
then that's the whole point. It's the point of view of McConaughey, so you see what he sees.
Yeah.
So that's why it works so well, because you get to feel what he's feeling because he hasn't seen her and you haven't seen her either.
And it's so interesting. McConaughey that scene was one of my favorite scenes he's ever done because for McConaughey's acting standpoint, because no one's ever had to act that kind of scene out where
Yeah.
you haven't seen your daughter.
It's an incredibly unique scene.
You just left your daughter like a year ago, but for her, she's aged 20 years, and so she has 20.
and she hasn't heard from you.
She has 20 years of pain
Yeah.
behind her eyes because she thought because you
And
abandoned
because
her.
you made the decision, he made the mistake of going to that planet.
Yeah.
It was his choice, so he failed in that. It's good when characters fail in movies. And he fails in that moment by choosing to go to that planet because it ended up being just the water planet and not working out.
Well, if you think about it, if he doesn't make that mistake, he probably doesn't try to, at the end, link up with the other shuttle
Yeah,
to
so
save
it
the
leads
world.
to ending up
Because he probably would have taken a practical approach like he did with that planet, whereas, like, let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Earth. Whereas he's like, I'm going to save this mission and
Yeah.
save the world. So he probably wouldn't have done that if he didn't go to that planet and make that huge mistake.
Yeah.
But, oh, man, that scene, because, like,
So
no
good.
one's ever had a situation like that in a movie or in a character. But anyways, I want to go over some fun facts of Chris Nolan.
Hit me.
So, Chris Nolan on set always carries a flask of Earl Grey tea that he's constantly sipping out of
In his vest pocket.
in his vest pocket. And I think I've seen like a Michael Caine interview where he's like, I don't know what's in that flask. Or no, I don't know what's in that flask.
I won't bury another Batman.
I won't bury it. You know what's cool?
Michael Caine.
You know, Michael Caine. I love Michael Caine, and I was never really like big into his older movies.
Dude, he's the man.
But
he was the man.
Now I understand why Christopher Nolan uses Michael Caine so often is because Michael Caine's the fucking man.
He's awesome.
Like his
He was
old
an icon.
movies, he was the shit for
dude,
like 20 years.
He was the icon of British cinema.
I had no idea, even in Hollywood cinema too. But like, he was in so many cool spy movies. He's the lead in the original Italian Job movie,
Yeah.
which I watched recently
He
for
was
the first time.
He was Alfie. He
He's-
was like the ultimate womanizer in Alfie.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
And then like now I understand why Chris Nolan loves
Yeah.
him so much. It
and
always
he's, honestly, he's a fucking incredible actor.
yeah, he's great.
He's
He's
so
great.
good.
But now I understand. Chris Nolan's a massive James Bond fan. It's like his favorite film franchise.
Not surprised.
And his favorite James Bond movie is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He's a self-proclaimed expert on James Bond movies.
Do you think he'll make a James Bond movie?
I hope he does at some point.
I think if he makes a James Bond movie, it would be a reboot. So it would be when they cast a new Bond. Because I don't think he'd want to take over after someone else
Oh,
establishes.
no,
the
I
world.
don't think so either.
Yeah,
So maybe after Danny Craig, who knows?
him and Henry Cavill.
I mean,
maybe.
he's kind of on pace because he makes like a movie every 2 years.
They're gonna need to replace Bond. For
and so if Tenet comes out, they're gonna be I mean, I could see it happening.
You do something with time.
Probably.
Like James Bond travels
Time
through
machine.
time. He's definitely gonna kill his wife.
Well, it's like how I called that the new Mission Impossible is going to be in space. I called that because it's like, what else can you do?
Well, it's not Mission Impossible. It's a separate movie.
No, the Mission Impossible, the new one will be
They're
in
gonna
space.
do it in space.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make 2 movies in space.
No, space has nothing to do with the other movie I was talking to you about.
Well, Doug Liman is directing a Tom Cruise movie in space.
Well, it's different, yeah.
So he's
I'm
doing
talking
2 movies in space.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
Mission Impossible, they're actually shooting scenes in space.
McQuarrie's shooting it. Yeah.
It's going to be the first movie ever shot in space, like a fiction movie, not like a NASA movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris Nolan never attended film school, which most amazing directors never did.
He was an English major.
He regularly opts for practical effects when shooting like large action scenes, explosions, like he blew up the building in The Dark Knight rather than doing with CGI.
Yeah, blew up the hospital.
So the hospital. So he'll use CGI to enhance his practical effects, which is what makes a movie and his scenes look super realistic.
And what that means is the enhancing is a lot of like erasing like the pyrotechnics structures and stuff like that. So a lot of enhancing is a lot of erasing stuff that you don't want in the picture.
Or just adding
And just
stuff
adding
like other
sprinkling
buildings
little
or like
things.
something like that.
But oftentimes they're erasing things. So,
Which is one of the reasons why his movies look so visually stunning.
all
is
in
because
camera.
It's real. You know, Dark Knight Rises, he really flipped a plane upside down and cut and broke it in half. Like, he did that. There were people flying those planes.
it's fucking awesome.
He didn't do that with. It's not Star Wars. Like, we got this 10
It's not Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Jesus. He wrote a Howard Hughes movie for Jim Carrey, which never he never made because at the same time, like when he finished the script, Scorsese was in production on Aviator, which is also a Howard Hughes movie, which is an amazing film. Leo is fantastic in it. Scorsese it's one of his best movies, but it's just bad timing, bad luck that at the same time Chris Nolan wrote what he says was his best script ever at the time. He never gets to make a movie about it. You know, it's kind of like Kubrick with Napoleon.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, but because Howard Hughes is a very interesting guy.
Fascinating guy.
Jim Carrey's a phenomenal actor. Probably would have knocked it out of the
He would
park.
have crushed it.
That would have been a
He would
really,
have got nominated if
that
that
would have
happened.
been a really interesting combination, partnership of Chris Nolan and Jim Carrey. It would have been interesting because he doesn't really work with comedians. And then to see, but I mean, Jim's such a great dramatic actor, anyways.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan deliberately only wears two outfits on set. He either wears his warm weather suit and vest or his cold weather suit and vest.
I love how the warm weather is still a suit and vest.
Yeah, which is like a genius kind of thing where like you said, Steve Jobs wears the same. We used to wear the same outfit.
If you don't think about what you're gonna wear, then you don't. It frees up a lot of space in your head.
A lot of people do that, so he doesn't have to think about what he's
You
gonna
never
wear.
have to think about buying clothes.
He and his brother developed the idea for Memento on their road trip to LA before they moved here. He doesn't have a cell phone or personal email, which is kind of like you're sort of there with your fucking flip phone. But yeah, he doesn't have an email. And you know, it's smart for him. I've heard him say that he doesn't have one because he likes to think.
Yeah.
And then he also is like, it's like a rat in New York City. I'm never 2 feet away from a smartphone.
Yeah, he has an assistant.
He's got
his
Sarah-
wife.
yeah.
His wife produces his movies, so
Yeah.
I'm sure she's on top of everything.
Yeah, whenever he needs to take a call on set, he just uses someone on the crew's phone
Yeah.
or someone on production crew. I'm sure they have a Chris Nolan director phone over there. He pitched Dunkirk as a virtual reality without a headset. So that was his pitch for Dunkirk, which when you watch it kind of is.
I've never felt as immersed in a war film as I did watching that.
Or I don't think I've ever felt as immersed in a film.
Yeah, watching it in theaters.
Also, you didn't come see it in 75mm with us, did you?
I don't think so.
I think you
did
saw it in 35.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw it on.
No, you
75.
didn't come with us though. We had a ticket waiting for you, but you never came.
Oh yeah,
You
I
probably
had to
had-
work.
No, you probably had like a date.
I had to work.
You probably had like a
I wouldn't
date.
have gone. I wouldn't have missed that for a date.
don't know,
I
it
had
was-
to work.
It was F-Boy Leo in 2017. laying pipe left and right. But I saw Dunkirk 75 millimeter film in IMAX, and I've never felt more immersed in a movie. And I think one of the main reasons is because two main reasons: minimal dialogue, and then the camera acts as like a character with the main character the whole time. You kind of feel like you're the camera guy, or you feel like you're the camera, and you feel like you're in the film. Like
you're in the cockpit with Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You feel like you're in a fighter jet.
Yeah. Speaking of Tom Hardy, Chris Nolan's one of these directors that has a fetish for putting masks on Tom Hardy. I don't know if it's like
covering up the most famous mouth in Hollywood.
I don't know if it's like envy for how attractive Tom Hardy is.
How thick his lips are.
He's done 2 movies where he's put a mask on the guy for the majority of the movies. Like Dunkirk and then Dark Knight Rises, there's like 2 scenes in each movie where he's not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And he's just, I don't know if it's like a weird fetish or something, but
maybe he's jealous. Like, let me cover you up. No one else can see you.
It happens in a bunch. It's Mad Max. He's wearing a mask like half the movie. It's weird, man. And then his favorite movie is Blade Runner.
That's not surprised.
The original Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You want to know a fun fact?
Sure.
He came up with the idea for Dunkirk when he was in college. Him and his wife actually took a boat with some friends across that body of water. And
not with the idea, but the idea he wanted to make the movie.
But and they were in the middle of the journey, and then a huge storm hit, and they were dealing with incredibly tense waves and crazy streams of water, and it was a very hectic situation. It took them hours to get to the other side, and so then he always kept that in the back of his head.
Yeah, that he actually kind of sort of felt what it might have felt like.
Yeah,
to be one of those boats journey. Crossing that channel.
Yeah, exactly.
The cool thing about Chris Nolan is, he's an amazing filmmaker. He's a very successful filmmaker. He's a huge audience. The guy made arguably the 3 best comic book movies, or one of the best trilogies in film history.
And just trilogies.
And then in between each of those movies, he put out an amazing movie.
Yeah.
So like between Batman and Dark Knight, he puts out The Prestige,
which is fantastic. It's an unbelievable movie.
Between The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, puts out Inception.
Yeah.
And then after Dark Knight Rises, puts out Interstellar. It's just like, this guy is insane.
It's
he
nuts.
can't swing and miss. He's like Teddy Ballgame, dude. He's knocking it out of the park every time he gets up
that's a
to
great
bat.
storyteller. Is like they don't make bad movies. Like Tarantino doesn't make bad movies. Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't make bad movies.
The fact of how quickly he makes these movies.
I'm telling you, it's because he doesn't have a phone or an email.
It's like every 2 years. Well, I doubt Tarantino's on Instagram. Dude.
He has a flip phone.
But Tarantino, I think he spends a lot of time, more time than Nolan writing probably.
Do you know how Tarantino comes up with his ideas?
How?
Music obviously is a big part of it. And what he has in his home, he has a whole room that's built like a record studio, and he has shelves filled with vinyl records. And so he'll just go and shop in there, and so he'll walk around and he'll have like ideas and nuggets for like characters or scenes or like maybe an idea for a movie, and then he'll browse through all of his records, and they're like lined up in shelves like a vinyl record store. And it'll look like, oh, this might work for this idea I have. Yeah. And he'll play the records, and then if he feels right with the music, he might write a scene down. So that's his writing process.
That's pretty interesting.
Isn't that cool?
I mean, Tarantino's I think he's probably the best writer-director probably ever.
Well, let's see what his last film looks like. He's up there.
Well, who's up there in terms of screenwriter-director?
Writer-director?
Yeah.
PTA's up there.
Yeah, okay, PTA, yeah.
Akira Kurosawa is up there.
Because like Chris Nolan's one of those very rare directors, like Tarantino,
that write and direct,
only makes his movies. He doesn't make other people's screenplays. He co-writes, like he co-wrote 2-3 movies with his brother Jonathan Nolan.
Yeah.
He co-wrote Batman Begins with the guy who made Blade. So like he's co-written movies, but still all of his movies are his writing.
Yeah. Well, they're
his
French directors and Italian directors like Fellini and Godard, like they wrote their films as well. So, and they made a lot of movies, so they're competing with those guys as well.
True. Yeah, but in
for
terms
Americans,
of Hollywood American, not just Americans, Hollywood.
I'd say Orson Welles is
British.
Orson Welles is probably
writer-director,
the best writer-director.
Did he only direct movies he wrote though?
Yeah.
All right, so he's probably up there too.
Yeah.
Now I understand why Orson Welles ate his fat ass to death.
The guy made Citizen Kane when he was 26.
I'm kidding. Genius.
Can you believe that? That's 26 years old.
It's pretty incredible.
Citizen Kane.
So that was an original screenplay, or is it off a book?
He wrote that original screenplay.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's genius stuff right
Wrote,
there.
directed, and starred in it. Many consider it the best movie ever made.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the best movie ever made because I mean it's a different era. This is a long time ago.
You're gonna watch it a few times.
No, I know.
It's
I
really
understand.
great.
I understand why people say it's the best film ever made, but I mean, I've grown up in the '90s and 2000s.
Yeah, we grew up with like The Matrix and.
It's different, it's a different world. That's like saying like Coca-Cola is the best soda. Like, I mean, so long ago. It's just different. It's a really different world. I mean, it's like saying Elvis is the best musician ever. I mean, yeah, he's a great musician. He's found
a lot of people love him.
fundamental in rock and roll and everything. But I mean, I like a lot of other bands better than Elvis. You know? But it's just different.
Yeah.
The filmmaking was great, but it's still primitive compared to today.
They were breaking new ground with that movie.
Absolutely, yes. But like it was still, again, primitive compared to today. Yeah. We're just living in, people understand, we're living in the greatest time ever for entertainment. And every movie you see is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, technically, what the fuck? Like, imagine if you took someone from like the 1920s or 30s and made them watch a movie today. They'd be like,
just anything on Netflix.
Color? What? Did they really blow that plane up? Did Vin Diesel really jump across those two cars?
One of I think if you're gonna talk about Christopher Nolan as the director in his movies, you have to also mention his collaboration with Hans Zimmer. Mm-hmm. And the music Hans has made for Nolan's movies is some of the best film music in history.
Yeah, because they started working together at Batman Begins.
Yeah.
They didn't work together in The Prestige.
No. David Julian did it.
But they did every other movie after that until...
Tenet's going to be by Ludwig van Göransson.
Yeah, the guy who did Black Panther is doing Tenet. And this is the first time since The Prestige they haven't worked together because... Zimmer is busy working on Dune.
Oh, shit.
Which is going to be awesome.
People have no idea what's going on with Dune. They don't know.
I hope Dune does well because it's going to be so good. It's going to be so cool. Dune's way better than Star Wars. Star Wars sucks.
We're going to have a whole Star Wars episode. Don't worry, guys.
But anyways, Hans Zimmer, one of the best composers out there.
It's the most important collaboration in film since Spielberg and John Williams.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because you can't think of a Spielberg movie without John Williams music, and you can't think of a Nolan movie without Hans Zimmer music.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the Prestige music, you're like, I can't even think of what it sounds like, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's honestly just slow strings the whole time.
Yeah.
So Chris was like, I need someone else for Batman Begins.
But Hans did such an amazing job with the Batmans, and then as unique of a movie that Inception is in terms of writing and production and filmmaking, the music is just as unique and interesting and new.
It's one of my favorite scores.
And no one's ever done music like that before. You know, Hans Zimmer kind of created that whole style that so many action movies since have stolen. Like every freaking action trailer.
You can't watch a trailer without it ending like...
Yeah, like a horror trailer, an action movie. They're all using these deep basses, all these drums and everything, and Hans did such an amazing job.
The thing with that score is it perfectly matches the idea of time manipulation, of slowing down time, just like how when you're in a dream within a dream, it slows down time compared to the present.
Yeah, when you listen to the score by itself, like you understand the movie a little better.
It's insane. It's an unbelievable score.
And Hans has done an amazing job all around. I mean, Interstellar is amazing too.
Interstellar is great with the organs.
Now you see every space movie that comes out has fucking organs. Yeah. Has organs. Every fucking one. Freaking First Man had organs. First Man, I love that movie, but man, I have an issue with what's the composer's name?
I can't remember.
Because that movie,
he ripped off another score.
Ripped off
what's it called?
E.T.
E.T. Oh my god, it's so ripped off.
He ripped off E.T. big time.
It's insane.
I was listening to E.T. I hadn't listened to E.T. in years. I listened to it,
which is an amazing score.
It's really good. I listened to it like 6 months ago, and I remember I texted you. I'm like, he ripped off E.T.
It's bad.
But I mean, John,
like some of the main themes, not just like a bit here and there. It's like some of the main themes of E.T.
J-Dubs has ripped off some composers too. Let's be honest.
J-Dubs has ripped off very old composers that people don't know of.
Star Wars is pretty much a ripoff.
The Jaws, is
Jaws is a ripoff.
It's a ripoff.
The Star Wars, like the march of like
the Vader march,
the Empire march, and like the Vader's. Those are ripoffs. I can't remember his name, but we're thinking of the same exact composer where he like legit stole the music. Yeah, it's pretty fucking close. It's like,
but you know what they say about geniuses is it's like a brilliant artist copies. A brilliant artist steals. Because they know what's good.
Yeah, I mean,
They know what's great, so they recognize it.
it's like anyone's
And
going to
they
say
use
that John Williams isn't the best film composer of all time, because he is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
It's not like everything he's ever written he's stolen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess a lot of people think like maybe it's to the point
That's
where
like saying every bank robbery movie is stolen from every other bank robbery movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's an argument for sure.
Yeah.
Every movie is a remix of every other movie.
Yeah.
Everything's a remix. Although, there's I'm not saying that Hans Zimmer hasn't stolen ideas before. I mean, I'm sure he's taken some ideas.
Yeah.
It's just so hard when like you think about everything that's been created media wise. Of course,
There's only so many options.
things are gonna be copied.
Yeah.
Things are gonna be used, reused, and I mean maybe it's his way to tribute that orchestrator, that composer. But
I don't care, honestly. Because I love their music.
I kind of cared when I found out. But
Nah,
John Williams is still the best. I mean, I still saw J-Dub's his live performance. It was
That was
amazing.
awesome.
It was super cool.
That was great.
It was awesome.
that was a good night.
Although he didn't compose, he was just chilling.
He's old.
He's too old,
He can't
man.
stand for that long. He
I
can't
wish-
stand for 2 hours.
My one regret with John Williams is I wish he did more of the Harry Potter movies and less of the
He
Star
wanted to.
I know, but Star Wars had to reboot every
Yeah.
fucking. Let's do Star Wars. Let's do more Star Wars movies. Let's do some more Star Wars. Hey, we're gonna do some more Star Wars movies. We've only done 15 this century. Let's do some more.
We're going to release 2 Star Wars movies every year for the rest of the time.
Because man, he was killing it with Harry Potter.
Oh my god. And then Goblet came out. It was like, this music
Goblet's
sucks.
movie's terrible.
This
I mean,
music's
Goblet's music is
it's
terrible.
trash.
Order of the Phoenix is pretty good,
But I would say Alexander Desplat really brought it home with the last 2.
true, yeah.
He really did.
I mean, Half-Blood Prince is phenomenal with Nicholas Hooper. He did a great.
It's pretty good.
Half-Blood Prince is probably my favorite score of all of them. I mean, not John Williams. I mean, not John Williams, because I meant
Oh my God.
post John Williams.
You gotta listen to the Splat ones again. They're great.
Dude, I've listened to them all a bunch. Like,
I
trust
don't
me.
know what you think about Half-Blood Prince being the best score.
Well, you know what? Not everything that you like has to be liked by everybody
I am
else.
always right. If you're wrong, you're a horrible person.
You're way
It's the
too.
world we live
You're
in.
way too woke for me, man.
One of my favorite scenes in any kind of superhero movie is when Batman gets his ass beat by Bane.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in any superhero movie, I've never really felt like the lead hero was in danger. But with that scene, and he's getting his ass beat, I was like, oh, fuck, he's in trouble.
Well, you kind of do with Avengers Part 1 of Infinity Wars, but you also realize there's a Part 2. This is
you
gonna
know,
be
that's the whole thing.
That's
Like,
the thing.
It's not real. It's not real danger.
Yeah.
You know they're all going to come back.
And
So
then the
it
shitty,
doesn't count.
The shitty thing that Marvel did with that, it was like they put out those like photos of like everyone's dead.
Oh, my God.
And it didn't happen in the fucking movie. It was like a
So
dream
dumb.
sequence. It's like
So
they just
dumb.
tricked you.
They
So
lied,
like,
yeah.
So like, yeah, you're right. It doesn't really happen where you think all is lost.
Yeah.
And
But
you-
with that scene when Bane is just going to town on him and he cracks his mask open, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the first time I
that
saw
scene
it.
is
I
insane.
think every time I watch
that's
it, I feel
that's one of my favorite scenes in any superhero movie.
because he lost.
Yeah.
Batman
he
lost.
got broken.
I mean, there are obviously in other movies, superheroes lose at some point,
Yeah.
and then they have to come back, but they
But
don't.
he was like brutalized.
They don't get destroyed like
his
that.
back was broken. Like
Yeah.
that scene, like that was like the pinnacle of that movie, I think.
Because you see like the superiority Bane had over
Yeah.
him in terms of strength and even intelligence and
Because
everything.
it's finally he like someone is way more powerful than him.
And like Chris Nolan just has the balls to show that.
Yeah.
And do that with his.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
superhero.
break Batman's back.
Well, I mean, they do it in the comic book.
Yeah, I
so
know,
yeah,
but yeah.
But no, but I understand why people have gripes with Dark Knight Rises. It's the worst of the 3, but that's not saying it's a bad movie.
I know, yeah, that's what I mean.
It's great. It's great.
great.
Do you remember when we saw the trailer for the first time in your old bedroom back in the day? And like I remember when it came out, we ran in there because you had that tiny bedroom with that little crevice that your desk was in, and we like sat on your bed and we watched it like 6 times in a row. It was like that trailer where like it opens up with Bane like hopping up onto the football field and blowing up the
You're
football
like, oh.
field, and we're like, what the fuck's going on?
The kid's singing.
Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger's in it.
No, it's Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger's in it too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's on the fucking sidelines.
All right, yeah, you're
Jesus fucking Christ, this fucking kid. Can't have 2 players in the Steelers
You're
in the
wrong.
movie. My feelings say that you're wrong. My truth is right.
But I will say that trailer was great.
This is
It
a
was-
really good
it was a
trailer.
great
I
trailer.
would say the trailer might be better than the movie though.
Trailers are. I love trailers.
No, but no, that trailer might be better than that movie.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan does a great job with his trailers, though.
Yeah.
Does he edit his own trailers?
He probably has say in it, but only got like PTA edits his trailers.
Well, PTA also edits a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
Like he edited Phantom Thread.
Yeah. She shot it too.
He shot it, yeah.
He was like, him and Robert Ellsworth don't get along anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened? Do you know?
They're just like having a falling out over like arguments and disputes on set.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you worked
They're
together
both-
for 15
yeah, they're both
years.
stubborn
And they're
with
both
each other.
perfectionists. And
Yeah,
they're both
exactly,
geniuses.
yeah.
And then, you know, like,
I'm sure PTA can be demanding. You know what I mean?
probably.
So I'm not sure they're gonna work together again.
Yeah. Hey, you know, things move on.
He got his Oscar for cinematography, so he's good.
What do you win his Oscar for? There Will Be
There Will
Blood?
Be Blood.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Oh
just
my
double checking.
god!
I don't keep a list of IMDb awards in my head.
I don't keep a list. I just know them.
Oh, I just fucking know them. I'm Leo.
You're on a movie podcast. You might want to know who won cinematography.
I'm sorry to win cinematography in 2008, asshole. Jesus fucking Christ, it's 2020. My God, you think I know who won sound design? Fuck. I guessed it at the same time you said it, bitch. My God.
You want to guess Chris Nolan's filmography in chronological order again?
You already did it, motherfucker. This guy. But I like that he's not working with Wally Pfister anymore.
Yeah.
I think Wally did a great job with the movies he was a part of. But I think Wally lost not all his credibility, but I think when Wally tried to be a director and make Transcendence, which was garbage.
It was really bad.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
But we were very excited for it.
I'm not even kidding. I was excited because I like Wally a lot.
And
I think
it has
he's very
like,
talented.
Great cast and
But what a shitty movie.
it was bad.
And you know Chris is like, I can't be associated with this guy anymore.
But also like Chris probably lost $20 million on that movie.
Because he produced it, yeah.
He was one of the producers of it, yeah.
So, I mean, I like that
If you lost me $20 million, I would not be as close friends with you as I am.
First of all, make $20 million, and then I'll lose it for you.
Let's be really here. I'm not giving you $20 million.
Who says I won't make $20 million?
I said I'm not giving you $20 million. You can make money.
What if I wanted to make a cool movie and I need $20 million?
We'll have to go over the script first.
No, but I like that he switched. And
Hoyt's great. Hoyt's one of the best working cinematographers there is.
I mean, Interstellar was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it still had a Chris Nolan vibe.
I mean, not Skyfall. The most recent Bond movie.
The shitty one?
Yeah.
That movie's so bad that I purposely erased it from my memory.
It looks great though.
Spectre. Fuck Spectre.
So Spectre, not the best Bond movie, but it was so well shot. It looks so good.
No, I mean, the opening scene to Spectre, that opening one take, is amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the movie, though.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie is garbage. And they wasted Christoph Waltz, although he will be back for the new one.
Yeah, he's going to be in prison in the new one.
So, they're like, I like that part about the James Bonds, the new ones, where they're kind of like continuing these same storylines.
Yeah.
But I guess it's also smart because it's coming to a close. You know what I mean? So
Tie it all together,
end it, put a bow on it, ship it out. Danny Craig's done. Let's get some new hot young guy in here.
Let's get a new hunk in there.
Who do you want it to be, James Bond?
James Bond. I would say some good options would be Henry Cavill, Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam, that's an interesting choice, but he's not. He's blonde though.
So Daniel Craig's blonde.
Oh yeah, you're
Fucking
right.
idiot.
He's like dirty blonde.
There was a huge deal when he got cast, like blonde James Bond. Remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Never mind.
I think Lakeith Stanfield would be a great Bond.
What's he in?
He's from Get Out in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, is
Yeah.
he British?
He's not British, but he could do it.
I feel like Bond.
It has to be
It's got to
British.
be a Brit. You can't
Gotta
not
be
have
a
a Brit
Brit.
do it. That's the thing. So like, if you wanted to have a black Bond, it'd probably be Idris.
He's too old though. I think
He's
almost 50. You can't make a 5-movie franchise with someone who's 50 already.
Well, who says they have to make 5 movies?
They're gonna wanna.
Who's the best young black British actors?
The kid from the guy from Star Wars.
John Boyega? I don't want to see John Boyega as James Bond. He's just in Star Wars, man.
Oh, you know who would be good? Was Riz Ahmed would be good.
Yeah, he'd be a good choice.
I think he would be a really good choice
Yeah.
for Bond because he's not black, but he's got Middle Eastern
yeah.
blood in him, and he's British. He's handsome and he's very talented.
I think he'd be a good Bond villain too. He'd be a good villain, I think.
I think he'd be a good Bond.
Yeah.
He might be too small.
He's
though.
too small. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's like what 5'7".
Yeah, he look and skinny.
He's
He might be too small.
Well, it's like the new PC, like the sensitive James Bond.
Noodle arm James Bond.
He never has sex with the woman James Bond. Oh my god! Good thing we're not famous because that would get me so much shit.
All right, so I'd say either like Cavill or Charlie Hunnam, or they go with an unknown. I'd say if they go with a black person or any other kind of person of color, it would be a really smart choice for them.
Yeah, I would have no problem having a person of color being James Bond. I would love to see Idris Elba as James Bond.
He was my choice, but
You know what I mean?
Craig signed on for another one. But I just think Elba's too old. You can't start a franchise with him. He's already, like, by the time they make another one, he's gonna be like 52.
Yeah, but I mean, there have been some old James Bonds, but in Hollywood, 52 isn't that old anymore.
Especially for men.
You know what I mean? Idris still looks great. You throw some makeup on him,
He just
man.
looks really great, yeah.
I mean, I would say Robert Pattinson, but he's Batman. He'd be an option.
Yeah, he's if he's already Batman, he's not
Or
gonna
who's
be
the
Bond.
kid in X-Men?
Nicholas Holt?
Yeah, Nicholas Holt. He'd be an option.
Yeah, he's a good
He'd
option.
be a choice.
Yeah.
I would love to see Cavill, but I think Cavill is just too jacked to be Bond. He's too jacked, dude.
He's too easily spottable as a secret agent.
Yeah, like obviously that guy's a spy.
He's not very conspicuous.
Guy can bench like
biceps are like this.
benches like 360. Like he's not a good spy.
He's gonna be the most jacked Sherlock Holmes in the new Sherlock movie.
Oh yeah, that's right, Sherlock Holmes. He's enormous. I love Henry. But anyways, it'd be cool to see Nolan direct one,
Yeah,
and
I'm sure he would kill it.
yeah, he'd probably do an amazing job.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're pretty good on this one.
Yeah.
We got a lot of Chris Nolan notes in there. A lot of talking points.
Hell of a lot of notes.
All right, that's it for episode 5 of the Raiders of the Lost podcast, Chris Nolan Tenet edition.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you next Thursday. Make sure you follow the Instagram, the YouTube channel.
The Tiki Talk.
The Tiki Talk is blowing up, so go follow that too for all fun, quick clips if you don't want to watch the entirety of this episode. But listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, aka iTunes, Podbean, Google Podcasts, in your car or at work.
There's so many things.
We're all over the place, bro.
We're on the grid.
Yeah, and have a great
Our
day.
next episode, we might shit on Star Wars, so that might be fun.
We might talk shit about Star Wars in the next episode. It's probably be fun. We get so much hate, but it'd be totally worth it. Fuck Star Wars. Dune is so much better. Aloha. Anyways,
Bye.
have a great week.